You cannot let yourself get so comfortable to the point that you get stagnant. And you also cannot be scared to just go ahead and take the risk or like wait for the right time. Hey y'all, it's Dario Sky and welcome to my channel. This is literally my first video, so low-key nervous, but 2024 has been a year, so why not just do what I want to do at this point, okay? Anyways, we're going to do a recap of my 2024 and just some things that I will implement in my life in 2025 because we will not repeat this year. You hear me? And I mean absolutely not, okay? But let's go ahead and get into the video. I do want to preface this video by saying, like, I am very blessed. I do not want to even sound like ungrateful or anything in my life. I'm very blessed in so many aspects. However, I did not go as hard as I should have this year. So we're going to reflect on that. And I had many shortcomings. So that I do not want to happen ever again. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this is the biggest thing for me this year was not standing on business. Like, I did not stand on business, y'all. It's crazy. I went into 2024 swearing I was gonna stand on business, y'all. Did not do that. Setting boundaries in your 20s is so hard, and that's something that I'm starting to learn because I want to be graceful and I want to be forgiving of people because we are young. We're only in our 20s, so we are still learning, maturing, going through life, learning lessons. So it's so hard to fault people for mistakes that they make in their 20s because, again, we're just in our 20s. However, I can't keep letting people play with me in the discussion. Like, that is just, I think, something that was really weighing on my heart this year because I was in so many situations. Well, not so many, but I was in situations that I know I would not have been in if I would have just stuck to my boundaries from the very beginning. So this definitely was the year for second chances, and going forward, there will be no second chances. Also this year, like, financial discipline was clearly not at my door. Like, I don't know why I thought I was rich and I could just spend, but lesson learned, never will do that ever again. I'm not even gonna act like I was struggling so much this year or like the bills weren't paid, because they definitely were, definitely blessed. And I also do have a support system in case like something crazy really did happen. But however, in this economy, in this day, in this time, I cannot be crazy with my money, and it really showed this year. Definitely. I think this year I really did struggle with you're 20, live your life. I went really hard last year in 2023 because I was saving for my apartment and I was also saving to get a new car. So I was very strict. But this year I did not have to do that. So I kind of just was like, bump it. I'm just gonna do what I want to do, and that's that. However, no, it's not that, and I don't want to be paycheck to paycheck. So I definitely need to be saving. I definitely want to make sure I set myself up for my 30s. However, that starts in my 20s. So this year was just a lesson learned that you gotta stay disciplined regardless. Regardless, this is the most humbling lesson of them all. You cannot let yourself get so comfortable to the point that you get stagnant, and you also cannot be scared to just go ahead and take the risk or like wait for the right time. That was one thing I did this year, and it really did bite me in the butt, seriously, because like now we're in December and I didn't do anything. But I went into my job this year and I'm so unhappy with my job at this point, but it was because I allowed myself to be stagnant. I went into my job last year knowing that it was going to be something temporary. I went into this year knowing it was going to be temporary, and here I am in December still with the same job. Not the same position, but the same job. And I just feel like I should have never allowed myself to get comfortable. Like, it does pay my bills. The money's great. It allows me the opportunity to make more money on top of my salary. However, I know this is not where I want to be at long term, so it's no point in me looking at the job like a long term position, because it's not long term and it's not even in the field that I want to go in. Like, I want to be in aesthetics right now, not what I'm currently doing. But I was really trying to wait for the right time, wait for the right sign, and you're never gonna get that. I never got that sign, because really, when is the right time? Same thing with content creating. I said I was really gonna take this serious this year. I was just kind of waiting for the right time. Like I see so much on social media about how it's so hard, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna wait. Maybe during the summer when people are less busy, more vacation, more phone time. But realistically, it's just like, girl, post the content. Like, there's never gonna be a right time. There's never gonna be the day that you post that you're just randomly gonna blow up and randomly get famous. Like, it doesn't work like that. So I feel like waiting for the right time really did set me back. And that's why I'm not farther in my life, because I got comfortable, I got stagnant, and I waited. I can't keep doing that. But I feel like that was the most humbling thing, because now I look back on my year and I just feel like, what did you do with your life? Nothing. The thing that really did affect me with this year was, it's so crazy. I never really talk about it. It's really not even that serious, but it's just something that I don't really open up to a lot of people about. But I want to be vulnerable in here, and I want to share my experience, because I know there's so many more people out there, especially my age, that are going through the same thing. And it's really hard to deal with overall, and it can affect your life if you don't have the right system behind it. I guess I don't really know how to put that. But this year I was diagnosed with anxiety and depression, and I just feel like the diagnosis isn't what shocked me, because I feel like I've been dealing with this for like a few years now. But it was just more so like, looking back, everything that I talked about previously like played a major part in why my anxiety was so bad this year. Like, I was having panic attacks all the time. My diet was up and down. My sleep was chaotic. I was just unhappy, and I still am unhappy at times, but we are getting there. However, being in relationships that served me no purpose and that was so against my boundaries, that stressed me out to the max. Being at my job where I know I'm not happy, I know I don't see a future, but I'm still here, like, that eventually started aiding to the point where my job was just leading to me having panic attacks every single day. That relationship was leading to me having panic attacks every single day. Being financially crazy to make myself feel better and then seeing the repercussions after led me to having panic attacks every single day. But going from being okay or being fine to now my health is literally depleting. I'm sick all the time. I'm having panic attacks. I'm passing out. I can't sleep at night. I'm not hungry, but that makes me feel weak. Like, going through all that at one time, having to see so many doctors, because at first nobody knew what was wrong with me. I was having like horrible headaches. They thought I was having seizures from me passing out. So going through all that like was so scary. It took such a mental drain on me. Like, it just made me realize like I really do have to take care of my mental health, because I did not do that this year, and I let so much stuff happen to the point where my body was just like, it just exploded. I'm not gonna say 2024 was like the worst year of my life, because it by far was not, and I'm very thankful for that. But 2024 definitely taught me some lessons, and definitely was an eye-opener. But you know what I say, lessons are always just preparing you for a blessing. So I'm ready for 2025. However, 2025 ain't gonna be no different if I don't make no change. I can't just make a vision board and think my life is gonna look like that. No, we're gonna have to implement some changes. So here are some things that I'm also gonna do in 2025, because this year, like I said, cannot repeat itself. The first thing, and I think it's gonna be one of the most important things I could do for myself in 2025 and just in general, I'm gonna stay in therapy. I'm gonna stay in therapy. I like to stop doing things when I get to feeling better, but I'm not gonna stop going to therapy, because I need to make sure that I keep my mental health in check. That way my life is a little bit less chaotic, and I'm not just doing things out of emotion, and I'm not just being crazy. But therapy is definitely a blessing. I recommend therapy to anybody. Just gotta stay on top of that mental health, because it's very real, and I saw how not doing anything affected me this year. So we're gonna have to make sure I keep doing something. The thing that I want to do in 2025 is I want to implement more budget things, more saving challenges, more no spends, the whole nine. I'm definitely gonna do a no buy. I'm gonna do more no spend months. I think I'm gonna do like 2 this year. or maybe only one, I'm not sure. And I'm definitely gonna stick to my $0 budget, which I will go into detail about my budgeting because people do ask me to share that, and it's kind of hard to do that with like the other platforms, because it's definitely a process. However, I'm definitely going to be strict in my budget, and I'm going to limit myself. I'm going to stick to my budget plans that I have implemented in my life. And they're really not hard. They're really fun, but I'm definitely going to make budgeting and saving fun this year again. And yeah, we're gonna get back right. Really important thing I'm gonna do next year is I want to make sure that I'm going to God daily and going to him for everything. A lot of times when I get stressed or when I'm down, I tend to pull back and I tend to like just focus on it and go to myself, but I'm literally nothing without God. So I just cannot keep doing that. I want to make sure that he's in my life daily, whether it's doing Bible study, making like a certain time to pray, going to him throughout the day, speaking to him in general, thanking him for everything that he does. I just want to live more through him, and next year I'm definitely going to do that because this year I was kind of up and down. I was not perfect. I do go to my Lord, don't get me wrong. I live through God, but I just want to be more devoted next year. So that's definitely the most important thing I will do and I will change in my life because again, who am I without God? Another thing, which is kind of crazy because I'm on social media right now, but another thing I will do next year is I'm definitely decentering social media from my life because social media can be overwhelming. I don't know if I want to start implementing like breaks or if I need to recreate like my For You page, for example. I don't know what I need to do next year, but something's gonna have to change. Social media can really, what's the word? I don't know, but it increases like my overthinking because you see so many different things, and comparison is a thief of joy, but you cannot help but compare when you see it all the time. Like just with everything, when it comes to dating, to where you should be at financially, to what other people are doing, when people are finishing college, like you see so many different things, you're eventually going to start comparing, and it's really hard not to. So that's something I definitely just have to make sure I give myself breaks and make sure that I'm only allowing positive things because y'all, I'm tired of 50-50 conversations. I'm tired of the listen and we don't judge. I'm tired of the dating advice, the think pieces. I'm tired of it all. I just want to live my life and be happy. But social media is definitely a great tool. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I love it. I would never say I'm just gonna give it up. But I definitely just need to make sure I, give myself breaks, recreate my vibe on social media, make sure like it aligns with what I'm thinking right now. Because that's another thing. Like you be in a negative headspace, you like one negative video, next thing you know, it's your whole entire page, like your feed, your For You page, whatever you're doing. Your whole social media just becomes that. Like, and it just keeps you in that cycle. So I just want to make sure I have a positive environment on social media next year because, baby, I'm tired, okay? I'm tired. Anyways, to wrap this video up, 2024 was not a bad year, like I said, but 2025 is definitely going to be better. I'm making this video to hold myself accountable for one, but I also want to do it because I want to document my journey. Even though I'm saying I'm starting things in 2025, baby, I started last week. Like, I'm not gonna wait till January 1st to change my life because my life needs to be changed right now. So some of these things, most of these things, all of these things actually, I've already started changing and doing and making sure I'm trying to be the best version of me because that's literally all I can be. Hence why I'm making this YouTube video and I'm not being nervous or shy. But yeah, this is my first video, so I'm definitely excited to see where this goes and definitely just ready to start my journey. So this is me holding myself accountable. Like, I'm gonna be on it, okay? But if you made it this far, I really do appreciate you so very much. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm probably gonna post weekly. I should post weekly, so I guess stay tuned for the next video.